This could possibly be the most perfect self-working card trick. Let me explain. We all know that in a pack of cards, every single card has a pair. For example, the 8 of hearts has the 8 of diamonds, the Queen of hearts has the Queen of diamonds. You get the idea. I have here every single high card that you can find in a pack of cards, and we're going to try and create a pair out of every single one of them. But what I want to show you first is that none of them are currently paired together. For example, we got the Jack of diamonds, and that needs to be paired with the Jack of hearts, which is further down the bottom. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look, and you can see that none of these are paired together, and the idea is to create a perfect match. Now, how do we do that? First thing we do is we ask a spectator to choose a card, and they can literally pick any one they want. So let's say they choose that one right there, and so they've taken the Ace of clubs, and so they take the Ace of clubs, and all they have to do is give it a rub over the pack, and check this out. It finds a perfect match. You give it a little wave like so, and we get another match there. We get another match here. Let's give it a snap this time, and we get another match, and we get a match of jacks, the queens match as well, and there's the final kings, creating a perfect match made in heaven. And the best thing yet, that's instantly reset and ready to go again. You have to agree, that's a pretty perfect trick. Excuse the pun. Yo, what's cracking everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Look, today I've got another killer self-working card trick for you. It's an absolute banger. It's by John Bannon, and it's a cool little packet trick that you can take around with you. It's self-working. You can instantly reset it and do it on the fly, and you guys are going to have so much fun with it. And if you're wondering, I'm using today Ussie Wins playing cards, and there we go, because I do get a few people asking what cards I use. So there you go. Now let's get right into the tutorial. Like the video, please subscribe if you're new. It does help me out a lot, and let's get into it. Alright, so to set up the trick, here's what you need to do. You need to get out all the high cards from the pack, and so you got the king, queens, jacks, and all the aces, and you want to put them in their pairs. So you want the 2 black kings, the 2 black queens, etc., just as I've got them right here. And then you want to put them in a random order, so it doesn't have to be in any sequence. Just make sure you're mixing them up black and red, and so just mix up all of the pairs like so. Now obviously right now you can see that they're all in pairs, but there's a really sneaky part of this trick where it looks like they're completely random, but they're not. So from this point here, you square them all up, and all you have to do to start is put the top card to the bottom, and you are good to go. So the pattern that I use, or that I've learnt, is to basically explain, look, in a pack of cards, every single card has a pair. So you got the 8 of hearts has the 8 of diamonds, king of hearts has the king of diamonds, etc. You get the idea. And as you're saying that, you're dropping 2 cards at a time and explaining that we're going to try and create some pairs. But what I've got here is every single high card. So you just drop 2 down all the way till you get to the end. And then you can actually turn them face up and say, look, you'll see all the high cards are here, but none of them match. And literally none of them match, okay? And it looks like complete chaos and like an utter mess, but it's not, okay? And what I like to do as well, which creates a little bit of impossibility, I say, look, the Ace of hearts should be matched with the Ace of clubs. So there'll always be one of these cards here at the opposite end. So the pair will be at the opposite end, because there's no way these can be paired together. They're so far apart, but they're wrong. Okay, so this is what you do. You show the cards, say, look, there's no pairs whatsoever. When you gather them up, you then show the spectator, look, we don't have a pair there. Those don't match. And all you're actually doing is you're now putting them into pairs. So you can see none of these are going to match. All right, and you go all the way to the end. And then from here, what you do is you ask your spectator to choose a card, and they can pick any card that they want. So let's say they choose this one. So you just out jog it into your left hand. So if you're following along with me, this is how I do it. So you put it in your left hand, and then what you do is you square up these here, and all you do is you turn this over like so to grab that card and flip it over like so. Why are we doing that? Because we want to see from the right hand packet what that card is there on the bottom. So if that matches this one, so if we turn that over and it matches, here's what we do. Well, we're firstly going to do it as if it doesn't match, okay? So what you do is you turn that over like so, you put your left hand on top of your right, and then you hand that to the spectator. Now, if those two cards didn't match, that means the matching pair to this Jack of Diamonds, their selection, is going to be on top, okay? Which is right there. And then you just say, look, you found a pair, perfect, give it a wave over the pack, and obviously all of these are now going to match. You just say, give it another wave, and then you just turn them over, and you can come up with whatever pattern you want. So you can give it a wave, a snap, and then you just show that they all match. Now what I like to do is do it all in a pile so that it helps with the instant reset. And you just go through all the way and say, look, you've created a perfect match in heaven. Turn these over, put the top card back to the bottom, and you're ready to go again. So what happens if those two cards do match? Let's create that scenario. So let's start from the beginning. And we know that right now we don't want to show that. We've got the card placed to the bottom, ready to go. And so you explain, look, every pack of cards has a match. For example, the 8 of hearts has the 8 of diamonds. We're going to try and create a pair out of these cards. And I've got all of the high cards here. And then from this point here, you can show that they are all completely mixed. And then you can say, look, the King of Diamonds should be matched with the King of Hearts. And then this is where you show the two at a time. You see, look, these two don't match. These ones don't match. We don't have any matches whatsoever. Not a single pair in sight. And then this is when you get your spectator to choose a card. So I'm going to try, see if I can, there we go. Perfect. So this is where the two cards do match. The spectator chooses that one. As I turn over to peek this card here, I can see it's an ace of spades. When I turn that over, I can see immediately that it matches that selection right there. So here's what you do. You put your left on top of the right, and then when they take their card, just say, give it a wave. Now, that's not going to match here. These first two cards are going to match if you get that scenario. See, you got the King of Spades and King of Clubs. You just tell them to give it a wave again. And this is kind of the perfect outcome too if they do match. And so you can just go through all the way, and you can see that they all match. And you say, look, the last card that is here, you pick that card, and obviously they match perfectly. And that's why that's a trick made in, perfect match trick made in heaven. And that's a John Bannon trick, and that's such an incredible self-working trick. So go ahead and have a lot of fun with that one. Okay, so I thought I'd go over very briefly that move just from this angle in case it was hard to follow. And so when it comes to the time when the spectator chooses a card, so you spread through, and when they choose a card, you out jog it here with your left hand, and these get squared up. And then what you're doing is you're turning this hand over, and you're grabbing that card, and obviously peeking this bottom card here to see if it matches. And look, it does match perfect. And then the left hand goes on top of the right. Okay, so I'll do that again, and we'll just get a different one. So you spread through like so, and then they want this card here. You just up jog it, and you just turn and grab like so. And I've grabbed the same card. All right. So one last time, we'll try and get a different one this time. That's the card they want. Push it up, turn over. I've got a King of Hearts, and it doesn't match. Not a problem. Left hand goes on top of right, like so. They take that card, little rub. Because they don't match, it's going to match perfectly for us. And then all you have to do now is go all the way through and show that every single card matches. Get a perfect match. Like so, place these on top, turn that over like so, top card to the bottom, instant reset, and you're ready to go again. Alright gang, so I hope you enjoyed that trick this week. Look, I'm going on holiday for about 7 days, so the next upload is going to be a little bit late, so please bear with me as I bathe in the sunshine in the Canary Islands in Spain. Sorry to rub that in, but that's what's happening. I deserve a long overdue break, so that's where I'll be for the next 7 days. Until next time, please like the video, subscribe if you're new, it really does help out the channel, and I will see you guys on the other side. Take care.